Good afternoon, Malacañang Press Corps. Kasama na natin si Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Malacañang Press Corps. I'm ready if you are.
MPC Raymond.
Sir, just your reaction to the arrest of Rappler CEO Maria Ressa early this morning because of the anti-dummy law alleged violation.
She's complaining again that she's being arrested. All are equal before the law. She wants to be treated differently. That cannot be done. All warrants of arrest issued by competent courts are to be served the way it was served to her this morning. And warrants of arrest are not issued unless the court's judges determine there is a probable cause, which means due process has been observed. So she cannot be complaining that this is again a violation of press freedom. Press freedom has nothing to do with the charges against Ms. Ressa. She's charged of a crime, and there is a determination of probable cause. Hence, a warrant of arrest has been issued. She should concentrate on defending herself in court.
Thank you, sir.
She cannot be always using the freedom of the press as an excuse to attack the administration.
MPC, may follow up about Ressa? Other issue. Nestor.
Secretary, good morning. PNP Chief Albayalde said this morning that he is in favor of releasing the list of celebrities linked to illegal drugs, while PIDEA Chief Aquino said he will do so if the president will order him to release the list of celebrities. What is now the position of President Rodrigo Duterte in as far as this issue is concerned?
I haven't talked to the president regarding this, but I suppose she will be deciding whether or not to release it. He will weigh the considerations.
Follow up, Raymond, then Hannah.
Pero malakas pa kasi yung public clamor. They want to know, other than the narco politicians, narco judges, and narco prosecutors, they also want to know yung sino-sino yung mga, lalo, mga influential figures, mga ito. They want to know who are into the drugs. So once it is verified, yung list na yun ng PIDEA and PNP, so are you considering releasing also the names of those narco showbiz personalities?
And this is a public clamor. Who's clamor?
Yung
Public
mga-
clamoring for what?
Yeah, gusto nilang malaman sir sa mga comments pag mga sa programs saka sa social media. Gusto rin nilang makita yung ilabas din, to be fair din sa mga napangalanan na sa narco list.
I guess the president will have to determine whether or not he will direct the release of the personalities named therein.
What could be the reason of why or possible not releasing the names?
Oh, I do not know. I cannot read the mind of the president as of this time with respect to that. I have to ask him whether or not he will order the release or not.
Pero from your answer, aren't you in favor of letting the public also know the showbiz personalities into drugs?
I guess my personal opinion on the matter will not matter. It's the president's decision. What I can say is that the reason why the list of the so-called narco politicians' names were released is because the president doesn't want them to hold power and strengthen the illegal drug industry in this country. Apart from the Constitution gives the people the right to be informed of any matter that concerns them, especially relative to their welfare and health.
So if you're a private citizen, you are supposed or you are excused of being named public.
No, that's what I said was that was the reason. Whether or not it will apply to the new list involving personalities, I do not know. That will depend on the president.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, follow up, Hannah, then Julie.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, you think i-consider ng Pangulo, since yung mga celebrities are nilo-look up ng maraming tao, especially ng mga youth today, kung sila po involved sa illegal drugs, i-consider ng Pangulo na pangalanan sila?
All factors will be considered by the president. So we will have to await his decision on the matter.
Hindi naman dahil sa private citizen sila, kaya sila medyo iba yung pagtingin or pareho talaga yung pagtingin ng Pangulo sa lahat po ng involved sa drug, whether politician ka or celebrity ka or ordinary citizen po.
Again, I will repeat, the president will weigh the pros and the cons and decide.
Julie?
Sir, may I just get the palace's reaction to the report that some of the celebrities who were included in the drug list reportedly approached senatorial candidate Bato de la Rosa for help or protection?
Sought the help of Bato
Yeah.
de la Rosa?
Yeah.
Protection, what? Like what?
They were afraid for their lives or for their reputation.
I do not know of that. I have not received any info on that. That has to be validated.
Okay, sir. On a related topic, what's the palace's take on Senator Ping Lacson's request or urging for the Dangerous Drugs Board to conduct a survey on just how many drug addicts are in the country?
I suppose we have already a probe on that. That's part of the job of the Dangerous Drugs Board. They're supposed to receive information coming from PDEA, from PNP. I think it's a matter of asking it to release whatever information they have with respect to what you referred to earlier.
So there's already a survey conducted by the DDB on the drug situation in the country.
I think that should come as a matter of course. I mean, if you're involved in the law enforcement with respect to drugs, then you must have some statistics
Okay.
as to how many are involved, how many are addicted, how many have been arrested, how many have been charged. That's part of the territory of every law enforcement agency
Will the
assigned to that.
will the palace be telling the DDB to expedite the release of these statistics?
I suppose if there is a request, then we will have to respond to the request.
Sir, on another related issue, President Duterte earlier this week said that the drug situation in the Philippines has worsened. What's the palace's take on this? Do we have actual figures
Yes, what
to
he
back this
means
up?
when he said that it's worsened is because the number of entry of prohibited drugs. You recall that there were two huge confiscation of prohibited drugs that entered the country, 2.6 billion worth, was it 3 point something? In other words, that is why he said that. But as correctly stated by PDEA Director General Aquino, it shows also that we're succeeding because we can stop that such big amount, equivalent amount, that is coming to the Philippines.
To clarify, sir, so the president does not, it was only referring to the entry of smuggled drugs into the country and not the number of drug addicts or drug users.
I think so, yes. Because with respect to the dismantling of many factories, we have succeeded in that.
Does the palace think, sir, that the president has an accurate picture of the drug situation?
That's what?
Does the president have an accurate picture of the drug situation?
Oh,
in the country?
definitely, considering that he's the president of the country, he has unlimited sources coming from within and without.
Okay, Raymond.
Sir, patanong lang ng kalaban kong network. What advice
Sino ba kalaban mo network?
what advice will you give the president as the chief presidential legal counsel
About what?
on going back to the release of the narco list on the showbiz personalities?
My advice has not been sought. I only give advice when it is asked for. Walang unsolicited advice.
What would be your possible advice once you are sought?
When the advice is sought, then I will give you my potential response.
Thank you, sir.
Follow up, Maricel.
Sir, ano na lang, what's your message to the celebrities involved in the drug
I'll
list?
tell you something. You remember that law professor that was here? The foreigner? He's actually an Indiana law professor. He wanted to see how we conduct our press briefing. And then after that, we had lunch, and he told me, you know what? Those reporters asked the same question in 12 different ways, but it's the same question.
So, sir,
Yun ang ginagawa mo ngayon, Maricel.
yes, sir. So,
So
what's your
I'm
answer,
giving
sir?
also the same response.
Hindi, sir. What message can you give to the celebrities involved in the
The
drug
message
list?
is,
I
of
mean,
course, you should
they
not
be
be
wary?
involved. The message is you should not. You have to rehabilitate yourselves. You cannot be doing that because you're destroying your own selves.
Will this serve as a warning to them, sir?
Definitely, because if they will not warn themselves about their involvement, certainly it will be destructive of their own health, destructive of their own family, and certainly they'll be losing their adoring fans.
Okay, Hannah.
Sir, is there a possibility na hindi ilabas yung pangalan ng mga celebrities kung nagpa-rehab na po sila or any assurance mula sa side po nila na sila po ay users po ng illegal drugs, pero since hindi pa naman napapangalanan ng government, let's say gumawa sila ng agreement with the government, wag kami pangalanan, magbabago kami or something like that.
Another way of
Is
asking
it
whether we will
possible?
release it or not.
And then sir, sa side nila, what if kasi nagbigay kayo ng advice, diba, na submit yourself for rehab. Kung kasi some of them are iniisip siguro nila na number one, mawalan sila ng fans, hanap buhay. Pag pinangalanan sila,
So anong ngayon ang tanong?
pag sila po ba ang nag-submit for rehab, hindi na sila papangalanan po?
Yan ang hindi ko alam kasi the decision to
Or
release
open
him,
ba tayo?
the decision will be dependent on the president again. He will be weighing all considerations.
Okay, other follow up, and then Joyce, and then other issue na tayo, si Rosalie.
Sir, if they decide to surrender and ask government for help for rehabilitation, will the government help them?
Well, certainly, hindi ba meron tayong mga rehabilitation centers? Precisely, there is a two-pronged approach to solving the drug industry in this country. One is to dismantle the apparatus, and number two, to rehabilitate those who have been addicted to the same.
To what extent, sir, yung ibibigay nating tulong sa kanila? Would that cover not releasing the list anymore, provided that they will undergo the rehabilitation program?
Ano na naman tayo sa list, ano? Well, the help would be extended to them if they ask for it, if they're willing to rehabilitate themselves.
Follow up, Ruth.
Sir, will the president likely release the names
Will
of
what?
celebrities po?
Will?
Likely.
Will the
Likely.
president likely release the names
That's the ninth way of asking the same question.
But, but sir, just, will it not be viewed as special treatment to celebrities po? Kasi parang it takes time to release the names nga po.
We will wait for the president's judgment on that.
So sir, this is not a special treatment po.
No, the president doesn't give special treatment to anyone if you have noticed.
May follow-up pa sa... Wala na. Oh, other issue na tayo, Rose.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
The Makabayan Bloc is planning to question the loan agreements of the Philippines with China as well as to stop the Chico River irrigation project. So, how does the palace react to this po?
The palace always welcomes any move to question its action if they feel it's not within the law.
Will this hamper the projects of the Duterte administration, sir? Are you confident po na magpupush despite the plans to ask the Supreme Court to stop this
Well, if
certain project?
there is no order from the Supreme Court stopping it, then it's a go.
In relation din po dyan sa topic, kahapon po nabanggit po ni Senior Associate Justice Carpio na chinecheck po ng China yung email surveillance against the Senior Associate
No, I think he
Justice.
said that in jest. He was making us all there laugh. Kasi nagkaroon ng brownout, blackout.
Pero ay sir, yung
I was
joke,
expecting that eh. Sabi ko, kasi kung ako nandun, yun din ang sasabihin ko.
pero sir, I think the joke was about yung pong presentation at saka yung sudden brownout. Pero po yung fact na minomonitor po siya.
Hindi, kasama yun. Kasama yun sa joke.
So you're confident, sir, na yung mga officials such as SAJ Carpio is not monitored by the Chinese government?
I have no personal knowledge of that. I do not know whether other countries are monitoring us. I do not even know whether they have the capability of monitoring every single high official in this country.
But the president himself said before na siya man, alam niya rin na minomonitor po siya ng mga bansang may capability na i-surveillance.
Siguro, educated guess niya yon sa tingin ko. Hindi natin malalaman yon unless biglang meron tayong ginagawa na ilabas nila.
So
But I suppose foreign countries will be, or countries do that, especially kung kalaban nila.
Okay, follow-up, Joyce.
Sir, yesterday, various environmental and indigenous groups convened in a press con in Quezon City, and they're urging their president to do a mahatir and suspend agreements with China, particularly po yung Kaliwa Dam. So sabi nila kasi, since hindi naman doon si President yung main signatory dun sa agreement with China, he can call for the suspension, just like what Malaysian Prime Minister did with some of the projects with China.
The president will consider all the suggestions and then decide eventually whether he will respond favorably or not. The president is always open to that. He listens.
MBC questions? Ralph? Then Tina?
Sir, mabalik lang po kay Reza. Sir,
Kay?
kay Reza po.
Mm.
Sir, in a tweet, she said na yung panibago pong arrest sa kanya is a violation of the Bill of Rights and Philippine Constitution. Sir, any comment po?
I already responded to that. How can it be a violation of the Bill of Rights? When she was charged, there was a preliminary investigation on that. And then probable cause was determined by the Office of the Prosecutor or the DOJ. And then an information has been filed, and prior to an issuance of a warrant of arrest, another determination by the judge handling the case will be made. And there is such a determination of probable cause. So due process has been observed.
Okay. Tina?
Sir, good afternoon po. Sir, has the President started his review on the national budget po?
I suppose he's gone back to work from his birthday yesterday.
Sir, follow-up lang po. Senate President Vicente Soto po expressed confidence that the President will veto the 75 billion post-ratification alignments daw po. Your reaction
Well,
po?
the president, as we said, he will evaluate, review, analyze every provision of the national budget and decide for himself whether or not he will approve it in toto or exercise his veto power.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, may follow-up sa budget. Other issue? Yeah, please. State your name, please.
Earl Roque, sir, from Philippine News Agency. Good afternoon.
Good
May we get
afternoon.
the palace reaction on NSA Esperon formally writing to the EU to immediately cease its funding being funneled to groups allegedly acting as legal fronts of the CPP-NPA?
He's what? He's asking the EU?
He formally wrote to the EU
Ah.
to immediately cease its funding being funneled to groups allegedly acting as legal fronts of the CPP-NPA.
He should. I mean, the EU should, because the funding will be used in destabilizing the government. If these are legal fronts and their main purpose is to break down the government, then the EU, who's funding it, should reconsider.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. MPC questions? Raymond?
Kaibigan. Tatanong ng kaibigan. Sir,
Anong channel ka ba, Raymond? Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko alam yata yung channel mo.
Bombo Radyo?
Ay, sino ba kalaman ng Bombo Radio? DCMM?
Hindi.
Ha?
Sir, kung ano daw ginagawa ng gobyerno sa kaso ng 48 na Pinoy na nasa death row sa Malaysia? Thanks.
Oh, I think the Secretary of Labor is doing something about that already. We're waiting, in fact, for his report of the latest.
So, assurance na hindi pababayaan
Oh,
ng
definitely. We
gobyerno.
will not.
Okay.
We will always respond to the call of distress from any OFW.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. MPC, may tanong pa kayo? Rosalie?
Sir, may resolusyon na po na inihain sa Senado para investigahan po yung dating economic advisor Michael Yang. Nagkausap na po ba kayo ng Pangulo tungkol kay Michael Yang, sir?
No. But, di ba, Michael Yang has already been cleared by PDEA and by the PNP. Di ba sinasabi nga nila, ibang Michael Yang yata yung sinasabi nung asyerto.
So, enough na po yun para po wag na pong magsagawa ng ibang investigasyon patungkol kay Michael Yang.
Ano you mean Congress? Well, Congress has the right to investigate.
Pari po yung nabanggit nyo, yung law enforcement agencies, no need since clear na ng PNP and PDEA.
Kung yun ang kanilang findings, bakit pa sila in fact, kaya yun ang findings nila kasi inimbestigahan nila yun.
Do you know, sir, kung nandito pa po sa bansa si Michael Yang?
Hindi ko alam.
Okay, sir.
Okay. MPC, no more questions? Vance, may question ka? Wala na? Oh. Timeless beauty nga.
Sir,
akala ko wala.
Regarding dun sa kay Michael Yang,
Yes.
sinabi daw po ng ng Davao Chamber of Commerce, they don't know Michael Yang. And sinasabi naman na nakaregister sa SEC yung mga negosyo niya. Ano pong masasabi ng Palasyo
Baka hindi siya
regarding
member
this?
ng Davao Chamber of Commerce. Hindi ba
Denying kasi na negosyante po siya ng
voluntary
Davao.
lang naman ang pagiging miyembro ng mga ganyang organization.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Oh, by
thank
the way, before I forget, I'd like to thank Attorney Corby, ah. Antonio. Oh, Antonio din. Antonio Pastor for entertaining us in Batangas City when we were there. We were ushered to his beautiful antique mansion. I've never seen such a beautiful antique mansion. Ano parang mahigit ng 100 years pero na-maintain pa rin. Thank you, Attorney Tony Pastor.
Okay. MPC, no more questions? Okay, thank you, Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo. Thank you, MPC. Happy weekend. Back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.